Hey guys, it's Chris here. I don't know if I'll get this all in one video or not, but this is my part two of the 15 more underrated or underappreciated or lesser known movies that I own that I love that I don't think anybody else knows about. And we're going to start off right off the bat with 2019's Blinded by the Light. Now this is a good movie. It's based on a true story, and it's a Pakistani young man right there, and he discovers Bruce Springsteen, and through the music of Bruce Springsteen, he starts to change the way he looks at life and the way uh, his aspirations and all that stuff. It's a really good movie. It's a little far fetched in some parts where it turns into more like a musical, but I don't think it really was actually a musical in real life, but it's based off of his true story. So it's a good movie. Next is 1994's The Ref. And this is a movie I just watched for the first time not too long ago. It's a movie I've had for quite a while here on this DVD copy, but I just never really sit down and watched it. But I kept hearing from a few different people how good of a movie it is and stuff. And it's a good comedy. It is actually a Christmas movie, and it's basically you have it's basically a crook that while trying to escape the police, kidnaps a married couple that are having marital problems. They're arguing a lot and everything, and it's just a good comedy, a good overall time. It's a really good movie. I highly suggest this one. Next is 2011's Dylan Dog Dead of Night. Now this is a movie. Obviously, it's Brandon Routh played Superman in Superman Returns. He was also the Atom in Ray Palmer's the Atom in Legends of Tomorrow and the Arrowverse. This is essentially it's based off the comic book. Essentially, he plays Dylan Dog, and he's essentially what he is he's kind of like what the Winchester brothers are in Supernatural. He fights supernatural creatures, but he also protects supernatural creatures. It's a good overall action comedy, and I like it a lot. Next is 2022's movie. It's called Butter. Now this is a good drama comedy. I found comedy in it, but not everybody would or should find comedy in it. And it's a basic coming of age story. The main character's name is Butter, and he gets his nickname because some bullies made him eat a stick of butter, and that's Butter right there. And basically, what this is he goes online and starts befriending his crush, the girl that he loves or likes, and befriends her, but she doesn't know it's him because he uses a fake name. She finds out, and it's basically him coming to terms with learning how to appreciate who he is and everything. So it's a really good movie. I found this streaming online. I think it was on Amazon Prime or something like that. And I saw it and I realized how good of a movie it really was, and I decided I had to have it, so I ordered the DVD from Amazon. It was a great movie. Next is 1989's Next of Kin. This is Patrick Swayze, and essentially he plays a mountain man that has gone into the big city of Chicago and is now a police officer. And while he's there, his brother, one of his two brothers, ends up getting in trouble with the mob and ends up getting killed. And so when he takes the body back to his family and stuff in the mountains and everything, and his other brother, played by Liam Neeson, decides that he wants to exact revenge on the person that killed him, and it's a good action. I consider it more of action than anything else, but it's a good movie, and I don't ever hear anybody talk about that movie. All right, next we have is 1987's Masters of the Universe. This is obviously the live-action He-Man movie from 1987. Frank Langella plays Skeletor, and he steals this movie. He's fantastic in this movie. if you love He-Man, it's a good movie. You might be upset because some of the major characters in the old He-Man cartoon is not in this movie, like Orko, Battle Cat. Heck, Prince Adam isn't even in this movie. But it's essentially it's He-Man and Teela and Man at Arms with the new friend Gwildor. Basically, come to at the time present day Earth, you know, to escape Skeletor to try to figure out a way to free the sorceress. It's a good movie. This is actually Courtney Cox's, I think, breakout role or first motion picture. Next is also from 1987. It is Harry and the Hendersons. This is just a fantastic film. It's basically a family finds and takes home Bigfoot. It's a good comedy with a little bit of heart, and yeah, it's just a great movie. I highly suggest it. Highly suggest it. Next is a made-for-TV movie. It's 1998's Rear Window. Christopher Reeve. This is, I think, his first major role after his accident, and it's basically a retelling of the old Alfred Hitchcock film Rear Window. I've never seen the original. I've only seen this one. Christopher Reeve plays a paraplegic, just like he became in real life, and he's basically he's witnessing and watching neighbors across the street, and he believes that the one neighbor killed and covered up the murder of his wife, right? So, and it's a science mystery, or not science really, but it's a mystery, and it's a really good movie. Yeah. Next is 1979's made-for-TV movie Elvis, starring Kurt Russell. This is a John Carpenter film, and this is a biopic made on Elvis. It is the best of the biopics of Elvis, in my opinion, and it's just a great movie. It basically covers Elvis's life from I want to say 4 or 5 years old, all the way up through to his Las Vegas shows in 72, 73-ish. It's a good movie. Next is 2000's Ready to Rumble. If you love wrestling, you'll love this movie. This is WCW produced, basically. Essentially, these are two wrestling fans that go to a wrestling show. Their favorite wrestler gets screwed out of the title, and their quest is to get that wrestler back to his glory. And it's just a good comedy, a great film, good times. Next is this is the final five of this video. Next is 1995's Angus. This is a great coming of age story. It's about a overweight kid, just like the movie Butter, and it's very similar to what Butter is. But this covers a lot more. He's actually taking on the bullies specifically and stuff, and he's getting pranked and stuff, and it's basically him, coming to terms with who he is, and it's just a great film. This would Wet Movie One loves this movie a lot too, but. Next is from 1991. I have two different versions of this movie on Blu-ray, but it is Drop Dead Fred. This is an overseas release, but this is a more widely released by Vinegar Syndrome with the slipcover. But if you get it, you probably won't have the slipcover with it. Essentially, it's a Phoebe Gates plays a young woman that has her imaginary friend back. And it's a good comedy with a little bit of heart again, and it's just a good time in general. Next is 1990's Crybaby, starring Johnny Depp. Here's the regular Blu-ray, which is the only way you can have the one of the editions of the movie. I don't remember which one. And then here's the 4K from Kino Lorber with the slipcover. Just a great musical. About the drapes and socias or squares, and yeah, it's just a fun time. It's really great. Next is a made-for-TV miniseries, but it's The Jacksons, An American Dream. This is probably the best so far biopic type thing for Michael Jackson and the Jacksons. It basically covers from Joseph and Katherine Jackson meeting all the way up through to the Victory Tour, and it's a really good. It's about 4 hours long, I think, total. But yeah, it's a great movie. I have two different releases. This is a more rare version. It's kind of in a slip case, where the original was in a thicker case. But anyways, I'm a huge Jackson fan, so I collect them all. And lastly, but not least, is 1992's The Babe, starring John Goodman. It's a biopic on Babe Ruth, and it is the reason I'm a fan of Babe Ruth. I do love this movie, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Uh, because of this movie, like I said, I became a fan of Babe Ruth. Even so much so that in high school for senior year, I did a huge book report for social studies and English. That was basically like half of my grade for both classes, and it was based off of Babe Ruth because they wanted somebody. They wanted us to cover somebody of the time frame of the 20s and 30s, either famous figures or historical figures and stuff. And Babe Ruth was an option, so that's who I did the book report for. That's the next 15 movies of the my series of videos where I'll cover movies that I feel are underappreciated. And anyways, that's it for this video. If you like this video, comment down below, like the video, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you know when I make another video. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I'll catch you guys later.